So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Play action. Here's Daniels. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that 2nd foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. Now he takes off. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The motion man here is McClure. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Throwing now. Daniels. He's got it inside the 5. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Commanders.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
180.
Bateman is the motion man. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Off he goes. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
And that is incomplete.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. To the air one more time with Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to go into the end zone, but there is a flag down, and this is all going to be erased. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Bateman is the motion man. Jackson up top again. Going up top and looking for Flowers.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
Again, it's Jackson. Again, working deep downfield. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up. To throw is Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. Aguilar goes off in motion. A 1st down throw for Jackson. He keeps it himself.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Play action now. Jackson. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Ravens. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
That's all my soul. Can you hear me now? Yeah, nigga, you're spelling it wrong. Saying that. It's like a spell, nigga. It's right in front of you.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored.
No, you're not spelling it right.
from the 6, here comes a return. 2 minutes remain here in this first
I
half.
thought I got injured. I thought I got injured. That Loki scared me. I thought I got injured for doing that. No, I really did. Or it was a fumble. I thought one of those two.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Daniels. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down. Well, a big play there, and maybe a big break, too. The ball going out of bounds so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up going out of bounds. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase of what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to...
And he's in! Noah Brown! Touchdown, Washington!
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes, and this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away.
It's not.
Score! Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Commanders.
rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the
Run it back.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from Kansas City. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Buying time to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Looking to pass. Tua. Flushed out right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run. And obviously, ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately. Wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was...
It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 50 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
Defensive talk 101. Don't let the quarterback out of the pocket, because when that happens, yeah, you may shrink the field with your defense, but it's so easy to lose someone on the backside. And he finds him and picks up a big gain.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It fights him off. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Flush to his right. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself, but it was 4th down and the possession changes. Oftentimes with these gadget plays, these fakes, we focus on the offense and say, hey, they practiced this week. They were, but the defense has practiced these situations too. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. To a hit, and the ball is out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 6-0 our score after one. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. It's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I tell you what, if this is any quarterback other than Patrick Mahomes, I'm telling you how this is an ill-advised throw. But 15 is so good on the move with all those different arm angles and releases that all I'm saying now is that's a gorgeous play.
And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Mahomes to throw once more. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. And It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets it up past the 35.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Tua going to throw. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Not the first down play they wanted by any stretch of the imagination. An absolutely huge loss on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Justin Reed.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change them.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Mahomes finding the talented DeAndre Hopkins. And the Chiefs are back within a score.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. He'll buy some time right. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
And bulldozing his way through.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
This is Smith with a grab.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
Look at the big man rumble. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 70 yards.
And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive.
Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Escaping the pressure right. Game.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for two. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Tua Tagovailoa.
A 22-yard scamper.
And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Sanders on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Dolphins 26, Chiefs 16. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Yellow.
Mahomes now to throw. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yellow.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now here's Mahomes. That's complete once again to Hopkins.
Down inside the 10.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
So now a big spot here as the Chiefs will indeed go for 2.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us. But I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead. And they'll move it up to the 40. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. And some space here. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
After the turnover, it's Tua on the move to his left. It's caught. Smith. Spinning away. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2. Out to his left. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Credit the stop there to Leo Chanel getting into the backfield and stopping him in his tracks.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Play action. Now it's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. Trent McDuffie on the return. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game.
And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rice. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Mahomes.
And his throw is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And there, even if you've got to take something off that throw so that he slows down to catch it, that's far more preferable than what happened there. A big miss on what should have been a touchdown.
That is caught. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Mahomes will throw.
He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can. Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Now Tagovailoa.
Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes to throw it.
Flush to his right.
Able to find Gray here. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Fire down these 2. Fire down these 2.
Mahomes.
Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Kansas City, So long, everybody.